Alright guys, today in Final Cut Pro we're going to learn how to create this. Let's get started. So we already have our project settings in the timeline. We're going to use this image, just drag and drop in the timeline. And with this image, you can get it on pixels.com. I'll leave a link down there below. It's absolutely free. So with this, we need to make it fill the screen. Go to the right side on Spatial Conform, click on that and select Fill. So it will fill the screen. So with the mini zoom, take your playhead to the first frame of it. Then go to the right side under Transform, make a keyframe on Scale All. Then go 13 frames forward and make another keyframe on Scale All. And this time around, change it to 120%. So now we have something like this. It zooms in nicely. And with this paper rip, I have a PNG file. I'll leave a download link down below. You can download and use it in your videos. So I'm just gonna drag it in the timeline. And we want the paper rip to come in exactly when it's already zoomed in on the screen. So I'll just go click on this image, use this arrow to go to the last keyframe so it will take it as there. That's where it's already zoomed in. Then drag the paper rip to that very side. Now let's make that the same length as this image. Option, bracket close to trim that side off. And when you look at Ali's edit, he has this little shake to the paper rip, and that's how to do that. Go to the effect section side, click on all under video, search for earthquake, drag and drop on the paper rip. Then go to the right side, on amount, change it to 1 and layers, change it to 1. So now I'll show you guys, it shakes a little bit on the screen. Now we need to animate that to come on the screen. Take your playhead to the first frame of the paper rip, go to the right side, scroll down, on crop, we're gonna make a keyframe on top. Then go 18 frames forward, make another keyframe on top. Now use this arrow to go to the first keyframe we created and then drag it so the paper rip will disappear on the screen. Now I'll show you guys, it comes in nicely. Now we need to create a drop shadow on this paper rip. Click on the paper rip, press Option and drag upwards. Click on the top one, press V to disable it for now. Then click on the down one. Go to the right side and click on Video Inspector. With Global, take it down. Shadows, take it down. Midtones, take it down. And also with the highlights, take it down. We just want to make it really black. Then go to your effect section side. Let's cancel this for now and click on blur. Then choose Gaussian blur and drag and drop on the paper rip. Now you can see it's really strong, so it's almost disappearing on the screen. Then go to the video inspector side. On Gaussian, let's take it to somewhere 4 to 5. Now click on the top paper rip, press V to enable it. And we cannot see the down one because it's covering that. So with that, click on the down one, go to the right side, on position X under transform, we're just gonna move it to this very side. So when you look on the screen, it shows right under this paper rip. Now let's make a compound clip of this two. Right click that, create new compound clip. Ali uses cutout a lot in his edit, and with Final Cut Pro you have 3 options to choose. So first you're going to use the draw mask, which is going to take you forever with this kind of effect. And second, you have the scene removal mask, which you have to plan ahead before getting a good result, like you shooting some empty frames at the beginning or at the end of the clip and shooting indoors. And the third option, which is the easiest one among them, is you exporting the video, taking it to CapCut, which is a new software, and using the cutout tool in CapCut, it works like magic. Then later on, you can drop your green screen on the canvas side, export it, bring it in Final Cut Pro, then you can easily remove the green screen on that video. Let me know if you want to see a detailed tutorial on that very method. So this is the video we're going to use for these tutorials, and this is the one I brought from CapCut. Drag and drop in the timeline, and I'm going to use the scene removal mask method, and I'll leave this video down below. You can download that too and try your hands on it. With that selected, press Option and drag upwards. Now let's take this to the downside. Now click on the top one, go to your effect section side, scroll down and click on mask and keying. Then select scene removal mask, drag and drop on the top one. So with this, I was using the end frame method, so you can see it's not showing much on this because it's already selected first frame. So with this, I'll just click on that and select last frame since I was using the ending method, and you can see it really did a pretty good job when you plan ahead of it. And with the cutout, we want it to come in when the paper rip is already fully on the screen. So let's just select this and select this and drag it somewhere here. Then we'll go to where the paper rip comes in fully on the screen. So somewhere here was when the paper rip comes fully on the screen. Then select this and select that and drag all together. And now we need to animate the cutout to come in on the screen. And with this, we're going to use a plugin which is free. It's called Tab 5A. It's really amazing plugin. I'll leave a link down there below. You can download and try your hands on it. Go to your effect section side, scroll down, and you're going to see it under here. It's Tab 5A. Drag and drop on the cutout video. And then go to your right side with the animation, click on that. You can see it comes with so many animation you can try your hands on. With this, we're going to use the fly from bottom method because we want it to come from the bottom of the screen. Then in times, we're just going to change it to 1 second so it will last long with the animation. With the out animation, take it to none. We don't want anything to happen with the out animation. And one good thing about this plugin is it already comes with a motion blur, and that saves you lots of time. So as you can see, when you look on the screen, the motion blur already activated. When you go fully on the screen, it shows without the motion blur. So if you want it to be strong, you can increase it on this very side. But that's going to slow down your machine, so I'm just going to leave it at 50. So now I'll play and show you guys how it looks like. Paper rip comes in and this fly inside. Now we need to transition this very background to the background of the main video, and there's the trick about that. So click on this image, press Option, Command and arrow up to lift it from the main timeline. Make sure you're a little bit ahead from when the cutout video comes in. So we'll take it to somewhere here. Let's trim this off and trim this off too. Now click on the last frame of the paper rip, press Command T to drop across dissolve on that side. We're going to do the same thing with this image. Click on the ending part, press Command T to drop across dissolve on that side too. So now when you look, play and show you guys, it fits in nicely to the background of our video. So with this, I'm just going to drag the image in the timeline, and still this was found on pexels.com. Click on that, go to the right side, on special conform, select fill, so it will fill on the entire screen. Now bring in your talking head video, just drag and drop in the timeline. Now with that selected, go to the effect section side, click on mask and keying, then drag scene removal mask on top of it. And once again, I'm going to select last frame because that's the method I was using for this video. Now we're going to do the same animation to come in. Go to the effect section side, click on Tab 5A, drag and drop on that video. Then with the animation, select fly from bottom, take it to 1 second. Without animation, take it to none. When you look at Ali's edit, when the cutout video comes in, he blurs this very image. So with this, just select this image, go to where the cutout video comes in fully to somewhere here. Take your playhead there and make sure you've selected this very image. Then go to your effects section side, scroll up, click on blur, then select Gaussian blur and drag and drop on this very image. Now go to the right side and make a keyframe on amount. Then go to the first frame of it, make sure you've selected this image and make another keyframe on amount. And this time around, take it to 0. So you look carefully, it comes in and the blur also comes at the background. And now we need to make that smooth. With that, click on this image, Ctrl V to bring the video animation out. Then under Gaussian amount, go to this very side. Let me close this. Click on this drop down menu to bring the graphs out. Then take your cursor to the middle of it, right click that and select ease. And with this ease, it's going to have this ease in and out at the same time. Then let's just close that, and now it comes in smoothly. Now take your playhead to somewhere here and always make sure it goes exactly with what you're talking about in the video. So I'll just take it here and we're going to zoom in to this very cutout image. With that, go to the right side, on transform, make a keyframe on position and scale all. Then go 10 frames forward And this time around, change the scale all to 125%, and automatically it's going to drop a keyframe on that because we've done first keyframe on that same parameter. Then with the y-axis, we're just going to drag it down a little bit. So now I'll show you guys how it looks like. It comes in and then it zooms in. And when you look at Ali's edit, when it zooms in, he darkens the image at the background a little bit, and this is how to do that. Click on this very cutout image, go to the right side and use this arrow, so we'll go to the last keyframe we created on that, and it's going to take us right there. Then with that, select this image, go to the right side, on opacity, make a keyframe there. Then go 10 frames backwards, since it was 10 frames intervals for this zoom in. Then on opacity, make a keyframe there once again. Then use this arrow to go to the first one we created on this very side. And on that, we'll change it to somewhere 40 to 50%. And when you look carefully, I'll play and show you guys. When it zooms in, it gets dark a little bit at the background. And with this method, he does it a lot with text and also vectors or objects. So with this, just go to the left side of the software, click on titles. With the title selected, scroll down, bring in basic title. When it's already zoomed in, we'll take it to somewhere here. Let's drag it to this side. Then trim that to the same length as this. So option, bracket close to trim that side. Now with this, I'm just going to write something. So I'm going to use a year 2025. And then with the font, you can go for any font that you want. Then I'm just going to reduce the size of it a little bit and choose regular. And I'll leave it at white color, but you can change the color if you want to. Then I'm just going to place it at the top of this cutout video. So now we wanted this text to reveal behind this very cutout video. So let's start with the cutout video. Click on that, go to the right side, make a keyframe on position. Then go 10 frames forward and make another keyframe on position. This time around on y-axis, let's drag it down a little bit. Then we're going to do animation on this text, and we're going to use this trick. Click on the text, go to the effect section side, scroll down, and we're going to use tab 5A animation. Drag and drop on the text. Then click on video inspector side. Then with the in animation, select fly from bottom. And with the out animation, select none. So now we need to put it behind this cutout image. And with that, just select that, drag it and drop in the middle of these two. So now I'll play and show you guys. It comes right behind this image. Now if you want to know how to edit like Iman Ghazi, check on this video. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.